Nerdlets. This is a quick crash course on how I set up my layout. And obviously, every city is different. It depends on the hardware you have, how many expansions you have, obviously, but also where you've placed your expansions. Um, so I've been really intentional about maxing out my city right to left, just so that I can run a longer group in the center here. If you're building your city up and down, this pattern is going to change a little bit for you, but it's the same concept regardless of the variables. So like I have gators, but if you have plazas, it's going to be the exact same process. Um, Pretty much everyone is going to have a combination of some too tall stuff, whether it's donkey enclosures or nutcrackers, and some three tall stuff. That's your OBS, the Neo buildings, plazas, whatever. Okay. This literally took me 5 minutes to set up. It's gonna take me longer to make the video than it did to actually set it up. So quick and dirty. I'm happy to work on your guys' cities, but I do have a life and work, and I have more than one person asking me to help. So this is just a quick demonstration of how to do it yourself, fuckers. All right. So first things first, town hall needs to be not in a corner. I kind of like mine off to the closer to an edge. Um, Lily, I think, puts hers more in the center. It doesn't really matter where your town hall is, just as long as it's not packed in a corner. Um, I use three connections on my town hall. This is basically what I have set up now, but this is just a little mock-up. So there's one corner, two corner, and then the main road comes out of the front of the town hall. So I've connected AO, Hydra, AI, Zeus, Iniji, and Blue Galaxy, all all of those buildings with two roads only, right? So automatically that's going to save me a shit ton of roads for the rest of the city. From there, come out your town hall and set up a main row. I like doing it in rows. I guess you could do it in columns, but rows make sense to me. So one main row, short column, okay? So main row, short column, main row, short column, and then this bottom row is a partial row, and I'll explain that to you as well. And from here, all you're gonna do is just group your biggest buildings around that S shape. So Celtic Tavern is big, right? Flamingos are big. Um, SC's big, Arc is big, right? And I'm gonna group all those around the S pattern in alternating dimensions. So that's 4 tall, this is 5 tall, alternating dimensions, and run that road to where it connects to the face of the 4x4 and the side of the 5 tall building. Same pattern over here. This is 7 deep, this is 6 deep. So that road terminates on top of the Animal Crossing and then connects on the side of the Ark and the space carrier. Okay? Pretty simple to set up. And then from there, just plug in all your filler stuff around it, right? And if you don't have a bunch of gator, this would be Winners Plazas, OBS, fucking Champions Retreat, whatever the fuck you want to plug in there. 3 tall, right? And all your two tall shit just goes right there. Okay. That's the skeleton of it. It's super easy to set up. Like most of I've only got 4 great buildings. There's a few more Serenes. All that's roadless. A couple vineyards in there. More 3x3 shit. A few more ships. Right. A few more Ori. A couple more more 4x5. Couple more 4x5. That's about it. So you can see already that I've already dropped pretty much like 80% of my large buildings. And the rest is just fucking fill in the gaps, right? I'm gonna put these away for now. Just, yeah. Let me pause it real quick. I'm gonna get a cigarette and I'll finish this little tutorial. Alright, so continue. Let's say you don't have a whole lot of alternating dimensions, like you don't have 5 tall to pair with the 4 tall. It's okay, just run your 4x4s just straight across, sandwich a road in between the two of them, and then plug some 1x1 stuff, or 1x3 or whatever, in between them, and that'll also work as well. I have plenty of both dimensions, but I don't have a lot of 2x2, so I don't really use this setup a whole lot. Like I've also got my 5x5s grouped with a road, three tall, but with a road sandwiched between them, just because most of the stuff that I have is 3 tall, right? So same thing at the ends of your transitions, where you transition from row to column, just plug some big buildings at the end of those, and then just connect both with a single road right there and fill in whatever bullshit in between them. Okay, that's quick and dirty. This system is gonna get you to 105% pretty much automatically. From there you can fine tune it, and you know, this alligator in the corner is connected on 5 squares where it only needs 2. Okay, so we can fine tune that. Plug in a rune garden which expects 1 square, it's connected by 1 square, and then some 1x1 which is looking for 1 connection, and we've met that criteria, right? That's the fine tuning part. Same thing on your corners on the inside here. You know, that's going to get you 105% efficiency. You're getting a slight ding on the extra connections on the 2x2, but you're making up for that with the connections that you're saving on the buildings behind it. And then you can fine tune it if you want, and just plug in some whatever road 1x1. So the reason I set up my bottom row is kind of a partial row, and I always put my smallest buildings in this bottom group without a nub pattern. It's just a continuous row of small shit. The reason I do this is so that, you know, I've got Theta over here and alligators over here, and they're both pretty comparable. They're both great buildings, but let's say the next event is small road shit and it's way better than Theta, right? I can start storing Theta and just extend this bottom row and plant more whatever trinket, right? Or vice versa. Let's say the next cool shit is roadless. Well, just do the opposite, right? We're gonna store some of that and compress this row, and this is ever changing, for me anyways. I get rid of jesters, add this, I get rid of road shit, add gators, you know, it's always going back and forth. So just that flex, it doesn't really affect your efficiency, it's just more flexible that way. So this pattern in here, I do mine double-sided, so I have a nub group in the front, and then I have another stack back here that's also set up with nubs. Lily has hers kind of set up like this, where it's just nubs on one side of that row, and then just a continuous row of 2x3 behind it. Either way works. There's really not a huge difference. The only reason why I like doing it double-sided is so that when building dimensions change, like let's say the next event building is 5 tall instead of 4 tall, I can rearrange a pair of 3x3 behind it and keep the same, so the same internal row height, right? And just change the dimensions on individual buildings, if that makes sense. So that's a convenience thing again. It doesn't really affect your efficiency. It's just more convenient. And then from there, just fucking put all your roadless shit somewhere where it's easy to collect and it looks halfway decent. And there you go. There's a NIM Junior City, and you can do it yourself. So I don't have to. There, done.